Okay, we're here for the crypto wallet. Remember, the drive is wiped and loses all value if the alarm goes off. The diversion worked. Let's get going. The truck will be here any moment.
Have a nice evening.
Time to put the game face on, buddies.
Payday 1, 2011. Payday 2, 2013. That's one I played a lot of. I'm Couchcoop, by the way, on the Xbox 360. It was all Overkill Studios. It's now gone over to Deep Silver, and you can, confirmed, play this with bots online, but you've got an annoying hoop to jump through with a sort of registration thing when you first get into the game. Just a quick overview of my specs. It defaulted to Ultra, thanks for the compliment, Deep Silver, but went to Medium. I do want 60 frames per second if I'm running this at 1080. Actually, I settled on High. Does the thing where it runs a script first in the game, like an explosion or something new happens, it has a judder. It's all okay if you replay levels. It just takes a while to feel around. It's not the best optimized PC game, this, and I've just had a look at some of the reviews and there's like 5 out of 10s everywhere. It is okay. It's good that I can experience this on my own. I will be putting mates in, but I just wanted to see, have they done a dark tide and made this compulsory online only? And the answer is no.
We need to get past that gate in front of the vault.
We will get to the AI and its nuances in a second. Just want to show some of the tutorial levels. There is a police assault, which gets you really handy with all the weapons, and you can get a look at some of the graphics and features, really work out an optimum setting. I did end up putting the VC on, but this was a cool look. Love the smoke particle effects.
You're gonna need thermite to burn your way into the vault.
The lockpicking is almost a rhythm game. It gives the old Skyrim a run for its money, and the idea is to sneak about, try and get things unlocked, circuits broken, to sort of get into doors before alerting the police. You get an opportunity to sort of stealth the mission, and if you don't, you have to burn your way through the roof of the safe, which is quite cool. There's one of those skips. I shot some glass. This is early playthrough. I'm feeling things around. You have to look for the stairs to get to the second floor to then inject that burning thermite.
You're starting to piss me off!
But there are also some subtasks and different things, optionals to do within this structure itself. This is still the first level we're looking at, and it's almost bred as a sort of tutorial. It's quite easy. A lot of the AI doesn't really pay attention to you, but it does go for your teammates, so you get the chance to really work out what this game's trying to say to you.
You're not getting out alive!
A lot of that is, look at my amazing glass destruction mechanics, and a lot of that existed in Payday 2. Not a lot of this furniture and structure is bolstered down, so you can start causing quite a lot of destruction. None of the walls can be blown out. Technically, thermite's the only thing that sort of penetrates things like that, but it's still very cool to see this game running on high settings, and it keeps it at peg 60.
Holy motherfucker!
There's also various curveballs that the police will throw at you, one of which is activating the sprinklers to put out your thermite explosions, and they will also keep trying to turn it back on again. This is on all of the levels that are coming up. I'm going to show you about 4 or 5, but for some reason this one really feels like the original Payday 1 and 2. It's a very cool map. You can adjust the difficulties, and there's a hell of a lot of subtasks, and getting in there without alerting the cops is definitely a challenge.
Sharp! The cop sabotage squad rolling in!
Let's talk about those teammates very quickly. They are handy for the revive. You can call out, but they will pretty much make it to you every time, so you've got the chance to be brought back into game there. Also, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of pointers and things you have to go for. Briefcases you have to get, and bags of stuff you have to throw into things. It's kind of never ending. You have to do this yourself. It's not like you can allocate or order or command any of this AI to go and pick up stuff for you. That can turn into a huge headache because there's a lot of timed events, meaning more than one of you needs to be at something to activate it. A good example of that is the money in the first level has got a timed die bomb on it all, and you've got to rush around, get it all deactivated. If there was 4 of you, that's just instant. But with just me, I could barely get through all of the packets, and they cost towards your score at the end for completing a mission. Now, you've got to run all of this loot out of this bank onto the street, and that's where the game starts getting very cool.
They raised the bollards! Get them the fuck down so the van can come in!
This is the sort of great gameplay model I have in my mind's eye when I imagine a heist game. You know, something out of the Heat film. You're out on the street, you've got your assault weapons, and there's an all-out war that exists in those roadworks and those systems you've got out there. It really delivers on that front. And it also keeps throwing more problems at you, meaning you've got to put the bollards down to get your van in. There's like another 4 stages before you can even get to throw in that loot into your getaway vehicle.
That's how it's done.
Here's the good news. It can be done. With a bit of back work, you can get most of those objectives sorted. It's going to be a struggle to get the stealth one, but you can really get enough money to come away and open up the next missions that are coming up and rank up and sort of develop and increase your customization. But you've got to buy some new guns. That's the grind, is to get hold of that shotgun or something better than your default weaponry. Huge perk and skill tree also. Points rewarded from getting through those levels. You don't have to 100% them, just to get some accolades and pump into opening various parts of your character. Right, let's have a look at some of the different levels.
The diversion worked. Let's get going. The truck will be here any moment. Set up the EMP. When it goes off, the truck will be disabled. We're on the clock, people. Approximately 90 seconds until the transport arrives. Make sure the EMP is set up and that no civs escape. Otherwise, we're fucked.
This is the standard escort mission type. You've got to circle around this armoured vehicle, and the AI does very well at obeying where you are, not wandering off too much and not causing a huge problem and making that vehicle stop. It's actually quite cool because you've got to get it on a ramp and then you've got to drill in underneath it and get all the artifacts out. This is one of the first missions that features the getaway helicopter, so that's landing on the bridge. Stuff is high hectic.
Truck to the ramp on the other side of the construction site.
Again, there's like a 15-stage issue with the circuit board on the armoured truck. Every 2 seconds it breaks down. It needs another hold down square or X where you cannot move or look around, and some of them are quite lengthy, so it's important to have cover. And I felt protected to a certain extent, but nowhere near as much as you would if you were playing with a bunch of mates. This third installation of the game also does quite well on enemy variant types, giving you heavy weapons dudes, these electric taser guys, always got a sniper on your ass when you're on this bridge level, and then you get these sort of juggernaut milligun guys that just keep charging forward. They take explosives, and you've got the big steel guard dudes that you have to throw a grenade to in order to get them to turn round. I like the change in location. This reminds me of that Left 4 Dead level where you can really only go forwards. There's a lot of corridor stuff in there, and it's great to see them flanking, ducking behind things. There is a bit of improvement with the enemy AI on Payday 3, and certainly your compadres also. You also actually don't go down too often, and they are ending up supporting me on the revive front more than I'm supporting them. I didn't try this game on anything higher than normal, and I imagine the friendly AI is probably upped a little bit, so that might be worth looking at if you're finding these opening levels a bit of a breeze.
Time to put the game face on, buddies.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, God! Don't shoot!
Keep an eye out for cameras and guards.
Oh, don't take mine!
Thought I heard something.
Oh, my God!
jewelry heist stuff is pretty cool, and I was thinking about heist games or even heist game modes, and one of my favourite has got to be on GTA 5, but it's behind so much of a grind, and it's kind of compulsory, no AI controlled. You've got to get like, I think 3 minimum. You end up with a random in there. It all goes kind of wrong, but the idea that you can command vehicles and helicopters and take a bank over or escape in that direction is pretty cool. But it's not technically a first person like this. They did add that recently with the GTA 5. I say recently, 2018 probably. I think it's safe to say that this is where you can find your best first-person heist fix currently, and the fact that, again, we just had it with Lies of P, Game Pass, day one. These two are both next to each other, and despite the mediocre reviews, I'm actually having a really good time with that single player, and I'm looking forward to exploring it with mates. The rewards and the currency are still bowled in to your online profile when you do play with people is pretty cool. None of this is a massive waste, and it's not a huge headache because their AI doesn't need reviving all the time. They support you with firepower pretty well, but they won't do anything pretty lazy you cannot allocate, which isn't too dissimilar to playing with my friends, to be fair anyway. Have Deep Silver changed the basic mechanics of this game too much? I don't think so, and I'm not too sure what the huge gripe is with these strange or low reviews that are coming in. It's probably something to do with endgame, it's probably something to do with the online multiplayer that's been moved around. I know Deep Silver are not strangers to microtransactions, but Payday was always an online-only, online co-op message, and sort of developing those cosmetics and getting those new weapons was something that was always there. This is not like this was a single player game that's been metamorphosized into a DRM online only service.
Nobody gets in without an invitation.
Alright,
let's...
over there! Anyone in without an invitation. You could find one in...
My more favourite levels is a sort of neon style cyberpunk nightclub that you've got to do a crypto sort of theft from. You have to build like a cage in the middle of the dance floor, of course you do, and make it out of 1,000 different parts that are scattered all over the map that the AI will not bother collecting for you. Other than that, I did find myself smiling, and I love the effects and the music and the light. That intro is the same song lifted directly from this level. Offline single-player content has always been a passion, and in the recent years I find it funny to go to games that blatantly aren't supposed to be offline or single-player and trying to push that narrative anyway. It does kind of work with this. It totally worked with Generation Zero. Xenoprimal and stuff like Darktide may well have it added. I know that Darktide has tried to cater for the bot section of that model, but it still needs some work. I'll put the link in the description. And of course, I have been Couch Coop, and I hope to see you down there. Offline single player content playlist in description.
Okay, we're here for the crypto wallet. Remember, the drive is wiped and loses all value if the alarm goes off. The diversion worked. Let's get going. The truck will be here any moment.
Have a nice evening.
Time to put the game face on, buddies.
Oh, God!